Good morning, everyone. So we'll start with the module first today. Think the slide is visible to everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. So these are the contents of module one, which we need to study in this module. So that is definition of prefabrication, and then where exactly we require this prefabrication concepts and general principles behind this prefabrication system, and which are the process of prefabrication, how we need to manufacture, how we need to transport, and then how we need to hoist and erect those, and uses of prefabrication, advantages, disadvantages, and then main reason to choose this precast constructions method over conventional in situ method. We have several differentiation points between these two concepts, like precast as well as the conventional in situ method, and then the comparison with monolithic constructions like our own buildings, which they have subsequential structural elements one above the other without any particular gaps between the structural elements, and then different types of prefabrication, and then production of prefabrication, transport and erection process. So these are the different contents which we are going to study in this module 1. Okay, so we'll start with definition part. So prefabrication is defined as it is the practice of assembling the components of a structure in a factory or manufacturing site and then transporting complete assemblies to the construction site where the structure is to be located. So it's nothing but whatever the structural elements are there in a particular building, or you can take any construction works. So those structural members are constructed in this manufacturing site. You can see in this image. So those all structural elements are going to be manufactured in this manufacturing site, or even we can call it as factory. Okay, and then they are going to transport, I mean, after the manufacturing process they are going to transport those structural elements through the different vehicles, and then to the construction site where exactly that structure is going to be located. And then after reaching to that site, they need to erect those structural elements, and they need to place that one at the required locations. So togetherly these three concepts will define the prefabrication process. Okay, means structural elements will manufacture in the construction site, and they will transport to the construction site through the different vehicles, and then they are going to place at the required location through hoisting equipment. So this process we will call it as prefabrication. And need for prefabrications, where exactly we require this prefabrication concept in our daily life. The first point, prefabricated structures are used for sites which are not suitable for normal construction method, such as hilly regions, and also when the normal construction materials are not easily available. So here we can say these prefabrication concepts can adopt in such places where it is difficult to go with the conventional method, means construction of the foundation, and then storing of the materials, and then constructing the other structural elements one above the other by waiting for up to a certain curing period, right? So during that cases, such as in hilly regions and all, which is very difficult to transport the raw materials like sand, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, and then bricks, steel. So that time, what we need to do, we can go with this prefabrication system, and then directly we can goes on installing those structural elements as per the design concepts. Like in hilly regions and all, we can't go with the conventional method since it is difficult to transport the raw materials to that location. And then when the normal construction materials are not easily available, it's like depends upon the cost estimation also, we can think whether we need to go with the prefabrication concept or whether we need to switch with the conventional method. So think that you are constructing a particular building somewhere in the place where those raw materials are not easily available. So that time what you need to do, from far away places you need to bring those all materials, so that transportation cost only it will be higher. So that time you need to cross estimate about these concepts, whether it is go with the prefabrication system so that we can reduce the cost and reduce the time, and then whether we can switch with the conventional method, bringing raw materials from far away place. So in that cases, after the cross estimations part, we need to switch which one is better, whether it is a prefabrication or conventional method. So that time we need to go with this prefabrication concepts where the construction materials are not easily available. Okay, and then prefabricated structure facilities can also be created at a near a site as is done to make concrete blocks used in the plane of conventional structures. So here, not only the structural elements, even the building blocks also as considered as the prefabrication concepts. For example, the construction of walls and all, it can construct by the building units like bricks, concrete blocks and all. So that time depends upon the estimation part. You can place the manufacturing of bricks at nearby the site itself, so that the transportation cost it may get reduced with respect to those transporting the bricks from manufacturing site to the required location, so that you can save certain cost. So that time we can prefer this prefabrication concepts. And structures which are used repeatedly and can be standardized, such as mass housing, storage sheds, godowns, shelter, bus stand security cabins, site offices, pullover bridges, and even road bridges, the tabular structures, concrete building blocks, etc., which are prefabricated structures. So here, what specifically they are saying, the structures which are repeatedly constructing means, as I told in the yesterday's class, like Ashraya colonies and police quarters, there the carpet area and even sorry, the carpet area and even the other room space and all, it will be similar with all the buildings. So conventionally, with respect to that, the size of the column, size of the beam, size of the slab, size of the wall panels, doors, all structural elements, dimensions, and density and weights are similar to that building. So there they can construct in a mass. Like just they need to place the required mold size. I mean the similar mold sizes, and then they goes on installing. I mean placing the concrete or building blocks, and then they are going to manufacture this. So the process will be similar when you are having the same size of the structural elements. So that time where the structures are repeatedly used and can be standardized, such as mass housing and storage sheds. So they are just like the examples, like where exactly they can switch with the standardized structures. Standardized structures in the sense that dimensions and even the size of the structural elements and other properties like weight, density. So everything it should be similar with respect to all the buildings or all the structures. So they are considered as standardized structural elements. Okay. So those elements we can use in various applications like mass housing, storage sheds, godowns, shelter, bus stands, security cabins. You can take several examples where the similar types of the structures are to be placed. Okay. And then the main principles behind these prefabrication concepts, and here they are going to explain the main reasons to choose the precast construction method over the conventional method. Here, with respect to cost, you can consider that economy in large scale projects with high degree of repetition in construction work. So why exactly we need to consider this prefabricated concepts with respect to, I mean by comparing with the conventional method. So here it will be too economic while saving the construction cost, especially in considering of large scale projects, okay, with the high degree of repetition in construction work. So large scale in the sense, huge number of structural elements are manufactured at the same time. And then the high degree of repetition in the sense, all the structural elements, sizes, dimensions, and other properties which should be similar. So that time it is considered as most economic part in the construction. Okay, and then special requirement in finishing. So since it is constructed in manufacturing site, we can go with a clear supervision on those structural elements, and we can provide the better finishing at the end of the curing phase. And then consistency in structural quality control. So everything which is constructed in a close supervision by the committee members means while they are going to manufacture these structural elements in construction sorry manufacturing site. So that time, for every stages you are going to study those stages. So in every stages certain supervisors will be there, so they are going to check the quality aspects of that particular phase, whether it is feasible for the next stages or not. So if something it happens in between the process, they are going to reject that elements, and again they will come with the initial starting stage. Okay, and then so that we can maintain better quality control. Whereas in the conventional method, a site engineer will come and just suggest the people like masons and other workers like to construct so and so things, and he can't maintain those process since from starting till end, right? So that time we cannot maintain 100% of quality over in conventional method. Like that, so many other examples are there. So with respect to the quality aspects, we can maintain better quality in prefabrication system over conventional method. And then fast speed of construction, since it is constructing all the floors structural elements at once, so that we can construct or we can finish the prefabrication concept buildings at an earlier time compared to conventional method. And here constraints in availability of the site resources, example materials and laboratories. So here constraints in availability of the site resources. Sometimes you may feel bit difficulties while getting the resources from the required location to the construction site. So that time the construction work it is going to stop. So that time what it happens, as we have the principle like time is also money, so that entire duration of the project which is going to exceed as per the, I mean, with comparison of the planned duration. So that time the cost of the construction will be higher. So that thing you can see in the conventional method. But whereas in the prefabrication concepts, all the materials are already available. So how much you want for that particular structural members, you can consider that much. So there is a huge storage space also you can see in the manufacturing site. So that time you will not feel any difficulties while getting the different resources. And even laboratories also they have placed in the manufacturing site itself, so that once the materials arrives to the manufacturing site, they will check those materials quality by conducting several tests, and then they will certify those materials are feasible for the construction site. So that time you need not roam for the testing purpose here and there as you will do in the conventional method. So the work will be faster comparing with the conventional method. And other space and environmental constraints. We cannot predict which type of environment we may face. For example, if you are constructing a conventional building during rainy seasons, you need to worry about when rain will come, when rain will stops, because it may affect the property of the concrete or any other work, right? So that time you need to wait for that environmental aspects, and that time there is a lack of the time durations between the planned one as well as the executed time durations. And here in the prefabricated manufacturing site, everything which is controlled in closed sheds, so no need to worry about the environmental aspects. Even though in rainy seasons, just they are going to manufacture that, and then even though in rainy season while installing, that is nowhere affecting with the structural members. Just they need to concentrate more on the exact space and locations of placing those structural elements, and then they need to fit that properly. So this environmental constraints nowhere it is going to affect with this prefabrication concepts. And other spaces. So other spaces in the sense, the storage areas what you will get in the conventional method. So if you are constructing in 30 by 40 site, and all the materials will come where the other, I mean the neighboring sites and all, it is already constructed. So that time you may feel bit difficulties to place those materials with the safe yards. So that time the storage spaces and all, it requires huge space, I mean huge location spaces. That time what it happens, whether you need to construct the building or whether you need to store the required materials, and again it should be anti-theft and all, which is bit difficult in conventional method. But here all the materials are stored here, in the sense in prefabrication concept, all the materials are placed with better precautions, and they can use that one as per the requirement. And here large groups of buildings from the same type of prefabricated elements tend to look drab and monotonous. It's like what the similar structures will gives the better aesthetic view. It's like a planned city or planned structures what we can call, right? So there the similar structures will be there at every places. So similarly the similar floors at one above the other, and similar buildings as you can see in the different quarters and all, right? So that time it looks something better compared to the other conventional buildings what we can see in the extension areas. Means the other, every houses will looks better in their own structures, but when you have the similar structures, it's like it can give the better aesthetic view to that particular location. And then it's audible to everyone, right? Can I please just confirm these things?
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Process of prefabrication. So here an example from house building illustrate the process of prefabrication. So here they have considered a small example regarding this building. So that gives the process of prefabrication. So here the conventional method of a building a house is to transport bricks, timber, the other materials like cement, sand, steel, and construction aggregates, etc. So that too from the availability of the raw materials to the required location, and to construct the house on site from these materials. So this is belongs to the conventional method. But in prefabrication construction, only the foundations are constructed, because foundations you can't place with the prefabricated concepts, right? Because we need to check with respect to the hard strata what you will get, and depends upon that we need to fix that one with the conventional method itself. So except the foundations part, all other construction aspects which we can prefer with the prefabrication concepts itself. And only the foundations are constructed in this way, while the section of walls, floors, roofs which are prefabricated with windows and door frames even included in the wall panels, and they are transported to the site, lifted into a place by a crane or other hoisting equipments, and then bolted together with one element to the other. So this is belongs to the prefabrication concepts. And then which are the main uses of this prefabrication? So here you can see with the first point, the most widely used form of prefabrication in building and civil engineering is the prefabricated concrete and prefabricated steel sections. So here prefabrication concepts, especially we can prefer with this concrete structures as well as with steel sections or steel structures. Okay, and where a particular part on form is repeated many times, like the repeating of the structural elements like columns, beams, and slabs, because it is like they are constructing in mass, means repeated structures are going to be constructed at once. Okay, so that we can prefer these prefabrication concepts only with concrete and steel sections. So when you have used these steel sections, so if you don't want that particular sections in that area, so again you can shift that one to the required location just by disuniting of that structures. Okay, so that will be much helpful to shift that particular building or frames from that place to the required places. And pouring concrete section in a factory brings the advantages of being able to reuse the molds, and the concrete can be mixed on the spot without having to be transported to and pumped wet on a congested construction site. So here you can consider the material concrete. When you have used in the manufacturing site, all the resources will be easily available. You will take the required proportions of the ingredients and you will prepare the concrete. You will place that one to that particular mold, right? And then everything you can cover within 50 meters of distance, means at that location itself. But here in the construction site, with respect to the conventional method, you will bring all the materials, you will store that, and you will mix that one without any thing following with respect to the quality aspects. And then again you require certain equipments to pump that one from bottom floors to the required height of floors. And so we need to maintain the clear quality between the materials parts, so or the concrete parts. We can achieve that one by referring this prefabrication concept. And here even in construction site with the conventional method, you will not be having much space to lift the concrete. Again you need to shift up few materials if that pumping machines comes. So that will be taking the huge time to shift the materials, and even it is a waste of energy also. And then prefabricating steel sections, that reduces on-site cutting and welding cost as well as the associated hazards, because here the steel sections, that reduces on-site cutting means, here when you are having a small area, that time if you are constructing the steel sections, you need to place the raw materials first and you need to pick up the required materials or sections just to join that one by welding or nut and bolt connections. So that time, however you will go with the high rise structures, the hazardous may takes place a lot, right? So that time, if you are preferred with the prefabrication concepts, all the structural components are fixed at the manufacturing site itself, and just they will bring and they will install that one at once. I agree with with respect to the transportation, it may cause some additional hazards with respect to the prefabrication. So only they are going to manufacture that one with bulk. I mean, the several sectional components they will joined together in manufacturing site itself, and then they will install that one to the required locations. And other associated hazards in the sense might be, you'll join that, I mean the labors and all, they are going to join those structural elements with the welding and other joint and nut and bolt connections. So that time might be while working they may feel some safety precautions, less safety precautions, and the accidents may take place in the construction site with the conventional method. But here in the manufacturing site with the prefabrication concepts, all the safety precautions have to be followed with 100% of accuracy, and then they will manufacture that so that even the height of the workplace also it will be reduced in the manufacturing site. And then prefabrication techniques are good in the construction of apartments, slacks, and housing developments with repeated housing units. Even you can prefer the wooden structures while constructing of a building. So that too with the repeated sections needs them. And here the technique is also used in office blocks, warehouses, and factory buildings, just like they are the applications of this prefabrication. And here prefabricated steel and glass sections which are widely used for the exterior of large buildings. And then prefabricated bridge elements and systems, they offer bridge designers and contractors significant advantages in terms of construction site, safety, environment impact, construct liability, and cost. So here, even for design concepts also, it will be much easier. And here, the contractors, they are going to feel bit easier construction parts with respect to the conventional, because all the design aspects are similar. Only once they need to design properly, so that the same design which is going to repeat for all other the structural elements. So we need to concentrate once on the proper design. So C1 column will design different, C2 column will design different. We can feel these things in the conventional method, but whereas in the prefabricated systems, we can go with the repeated sections of the structural elements. So the designs will be much similar, and that is leading with respect to the safety, environmental impact, and even construction liability and cost. So with respect to the cost and liabilities, they are going to save the much budget compared to the conventional method. And here, with respect to this repeated structures, even they can save this construction time. And here, next point, prefabrication can also help to minimize the impact from bridge building. Means what? Here they are even going to design with respect to the earthquake resistant structures. So by considering these all aspects, the prefabrication concept is much better. And whatever the impact which may come from bridge to the building, means the movement of vehicles and all, it is going to resist. If it is with the monolithic structures, you can see the conditions and all which will be there just beside the railway tracks or bridges. They need to maintain certain distance from that particular tracks, like bridge and railway tracks. That is because of the heavy vehicle movement, which may leads damage to the foundations of adjacent buildings. So that one, it can be resisted by this prefabrication concept, since it is having certain joints between the structural elements. So nowhere it is going to impact much as it is going to impact in conventional method. And the next point, the radio towers for mobile phone and other services often consist of multiple prefabricated sections. So even it can takes place. I mean, it can be used in construction of radio towers and mobile phone towers by using the steel sections. Next, the prefabricated has become the widely used in the assembly of aircraft and spacecraft, with components such as wings and fuselage sections after being manufactured in different countries or states from the final assembly site. So here you can see it's not only used in the construction site, even in the other applications like the construction of aircrafts. So there several parts are being manufactured at the required manufacturing site, and then they are going to assemble at the required location. So here the other components like wings, it is going to manufacture at one place, and then fuselage sections are nothing but the entire body part of that aircraft. So that is going to manufacture at one place, and then they are going to send that one to the required locations where exactly those components are to be assembled. So these concepts can be applied to other field also. And then the advantages of prefabrication. So here, self-supporting ready-made components are used to the need for work, like need for formwork and shuttering and scaffolding is greatly reduced. You can take the conventional method, think that this is a building with several stories. So here, if you are going with external plastering to this part, you require the proper scaffoldings here, right? So when you have adopted this prefabrication concepts, just you can reduce this formwork and shuttering and scaffolding part, because all the members are already manufactured in the manufacturing site or factory. No need to wait for the curing period, or no need to wait for the supporting or concrete should get hardened. So the additional works of this formwork, shuttering, and scaffoldings, which are greatly reduced. They are means whatever the cost we are investing for this, it can be saved. And then construction time is reduced, and the buildings are completed sooner. They are allowing on earlier return of the capital invested. Yesterday, I have given you one example, like construction of a building with prefabricated concepts and the conventional method. So that time the prefabricated buildings are going to be constructed sooner so that they are going to get the capital investment money at the earlier time. Okay. And then on-site construction and congestion is minimized because only the erection equipment is need some particular space to erect and place those. So rest all things nowhere which is required to store the materials because all the structural elements are constructed in manufacturing site itself. So when you have congestion place, that time you can go with this prefabrication concept. So during that time, it is much advantageous. And then quality control, it can be easier in factory assembly line setting than a construction site setting. We can achieve the better quality in prefabrication concepts. And then prefabrication can be located where the skilled labors, power materials, material space, and overheads are lower. So here it is required with the skilled labor so that of course the quality of the work will be achieved with 100% of quality aspects. And then time spent in bad weather or hazardous environments at the construction site is minimized. As I have told already, during like the bad weather conditions like heavy rainfalls and all, in the conventional method you have to stop that particular work because it is going to affect that building or whatever the construction process is takes place on that rainy season. That time you can prefer the prefabrication concepts, like everything which is manufactured in the site, only the thing is they need to bring and install that one to the required location. So during the bad weather or hazardous, whatever the difficulties the engineers will face, that one it can be reduced by this prefabrication concept. And then advantages of prefabrication, the next part, that materials for scaffolding is stored partly or in full and used. Means in some cases, just to install the minor structural elements, we require the scaffoldings part where we cannot use the cranes and all, right? And availability of precise structures and expect workmanship in the prefabrication concepts we can see here. And then work time is reduced and even the labor management cost also we can save here. Only the installing what installing group or that committee members are enough to install the materials during in the construction site. And then interruptions is connecting can be omitted. So here you need to maintain all the organizations as per the management concepts. So here the coordination between one or other groups it can be, I mean whatever the misunderstandings we are going to face during in the conventional method, it can be minimized. And then the work is done with a better technology because everything which is worked in a close supervision conditions. So different techniques we are going to adopt even in manufacture, even in transporting, and even in erection of the structural elements, so that the higher the technology, it is going to reduce the time as well as the cost. And then less workers are needed, that is with respect to the labor management. And here the members can be used again. So members are nothing but the structural members. So structural members, whatever we have used in one buildings, if we don't want that, we can shift that one to the next locations. Or if any members got damaged because of some hazardous, I mean the environmental hazardous things, so that time or because of some obstacles, if it got damaged, only that particular material or only that particular structural element we can be replaced, right? So and we can place the new one. That thing also we can see as the advantageous part of this prefabrication concepts. And then the disadvantages of this prefabrication, careful handling of, so every techniques has one or other limitations. So here also prefabrication has some, they are like the careful handling of prefabricated components such as concrete panels or steel and glass panels is required, because once it got damaged it is going to cost heavily to that construction project. I mean the entire budget it is going to high when it is misled with the transportation part. So we need to handle it carefully with respect to these components, especially the steel and glass panels, because once it got damaged we cannot reuse it for the other works, right? So that time it is cost heavily to the that particular project. And then attention has to be paid to the strength and corrosion resistance of the joining of prefabricated sections to avoid failure at the joint. So here this is the main limitation of these prefabrication concepts. As I told, the columns and all, this is a slab and this is columns. So whatever the joints we will get here, we are going to join these two elements, right? So here it should be free from the corrosions, because once it started with the corrosion and then that entire joint part it is loosens with respect to the strength aspects, so that time which is going to impact on these particular members, right? So we need to give proper attention about these joints such that it should not be undergo with the corrosion aspects, and even the strength also it should be similar, because however it is a joint and it is having certain gaps, so it is like exposed to the environment part. That time what it happens, when you have not provided the proper sealing joints between two structural elements, which is going to impact on those bars or connecting joints, and then it leads with the corrosion aspects, right? And then similarly leaks can form at the joints in prefabricated components when you have not properly sealed those joints with some sealants or adhesives. So that time the leaks can get appear at the joint parts, especially in prefabricated components. That is also a main disadvantage part of this prefabrication. And then transportation cost may be higher for prefabricated sections, because we cannot say that the distance between the manufacturing site and the construction site is nearby. However, when we are choosing this prefabrication concept means where the conventional method is not feasible, so that time it is still more difficult to place the entire structural members to that. So we need to handle those structural elements carefully even while transporting and even while installing that. And transportation cost with respect to the distance, if it is nearby then it is going to save some cost, else the transportation cost of those elements also it will be higher. Okay. And large prefabricated structures require heavy duty cranes and precision measurement and handling to place in position. Means here during in high rise buildings and all, with respect to certain heights, that heavy duty cranes are being used, so the maintenance cost of that crane and even the working principle of that crane it should be properly known to that operator. So once the certain changes may got occurs, and then if any damages may occurs means it is huge loss to that project, because while erecting that if he made some silly mistakes, that time it is going to cost heavily to that structural elements, because once if it fall down it may take several drive, else it may get damaged, right? So many accident chances may take place at erection process. And then Large group of buildings from the same type of prefabricated elements tend to look drab and monotonous, and then local jobs are last. Means whatever the labor costs are there, so they are going to loosen their jobs. I mean, like masons and all, once they are switched with these prefabricated concepts, that's jobs for the other people like mason, bisday and all. It is disadvantages for that particular management, right? So for today, it's enough, I think. Next, we'll go with the comparison with monolithic constructions, types of prefabrication, and then production of prefabrication concepts. Okay. So, how is the subject? Is it fine? You're understanding the concept behind this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Others, please you can give me once. Whether
Yes,
we
sir.
are going moderate or whether we are going too fast or slow, just let me know so that we can take those things for the next class as the input.
No, sir. Normal, sir.
Yes. Thank you. If you are having any doubts regarding these concepts, just you can put a message or just you can unmute and you can speak up.
Okay, sir.
Yes. If you don't have any doubts, then please put your name and USN in the chat box. And you can disconnect the call once if you don't have any doubts. Vinay,
Yes, sir.
yes, you are having any doubts?
No, sir.
Dasara sir, please place your name and USN in the chat box and you can disconnect the call.